Hello and welcome to Politics on Sunday. I am Femi Akonde. My guest today is the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari. We'll be talking about his stewardship as governor of the state and also national politics ahead of the presidential and governorship elections in the country. Thank you so much for joining me, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Your Excellency, you are at the final lap of your administration. You exit office on the 29th of May this year. How has it been for you, especially in the delivery of your restoration agenda?
Well, it has been very difficult and very challenging, especially considering what we have gone through. When we came in 2015, that was the peak period for insecurity situation in the country with the Boko Haram bombing everywhere, even in neighbors here in Kano, and even in some parts of Katsina and Daura. There was one occasion, and also in Kankara, the southern part of the state. So, and at the local level, then cattle rustling has already started rearing its ugly head with cattle rustling associated with killings. And I could remember around 2014, to the end of the year, when the campaigns were on, over 100 people were killed around Pascali, Sabua, Axis by the bandits, but then they were cattle rustlers. And in between, we saw the international meltdown economically, when the price of the mainstay of the economy at that time, petrol, crude oil, came down to $27, $28 per barrel, below economic production cost. By 2019, it was clear that we were dealing with bandits, not cattle rustling, because by then it has moved to unnecessary mass killing, invasion of villages and towns, raping and kidnapping. It was through that we went into 2019 election. And immediately after 2019 election came COVID again, which shut the whole world. This grossly affected the revenue base of the government at all levels.
So, Your Excellency, what will you describe as your best moment in office, maybe at the end of the day when you look back as governor?
The only thing that we were able to confront all the issues as they came. And we never allowed any of the issues to overwhelm us to the level that it stopped governance. And I was very happy with our response of COVID. Really, the people cooperated, and we did a lot within the COVID period. I think despite the challenges it posed, it was a very good outcome for us, because we were able to really face the challenge and came out successful.
Your Excellency, let's talk politics now. We are in the season of politics, and some people have said that the APC, you also have said that the APC is the dominant party here in Katsina State. But again, it seems that might change, or that is beginning to change, because looking at the fallout of the primaries and all of that, the APC doesn't seem to be as strong as it is in Katsina anymore.
What have you seen? Tell me the weakness.
Some people said that there were irreconcilable differences after the primaries. And
look,
it might
you
mean
see, we had a primary of 9 people. 1 opted out. So are you saying 1 is greater than 8? If he is greater than 8, why was he defeated?
And we have also seen your party's presidential campaign gaining momentum. But some people are saying, I think the chairman of the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum said that not all northern APC governors are wholeheartedly in support of the APC's presidential candidate.
Let him mention the person. Who is chairman Arewa Consultative? Who is he? So when somebody makes allegation that certain governors are not with the party, let him mention the governor. And I think Atiku Bagudu made a categorical statement in Kano. Anybody who doubts any governor of APC not supporting APC, let him come out and say who the person is. And I think members of the opposition are throwing this guide, see if they can bring disharmony within the ranks of APC leader. We are not deterred. The same story I have heard it. The person who probably you heard saying that, he came and I confronted him. Tell me who? The people tell you here, see. In politics, they know where they stand. I know, then they know where I stand. I cannot compromise my party for personal relationship. Because look, it's not about, I have said this, that I prefer anybody in my party. Even if he doesn't like me, I prefer him than somebody in another party who likes me. Because the party is a structure moving an institution, not an individual. Moving a program that can salvage a community or a state or a country, not my personal. Between me and you can drop that, I can drop that.
But have other governors within your party demonstrated this kind of commitment?
Tell me who? How? Where did they demonstrate different commitment to what I'm saying now?
So all what we're hearing are just rumors, hearsays,
I
and
think
not
you see,
true.
we are in the period because of elections. You hear a lot of things. You hear a lot of things. And if you are not careful, you will just go out and start beating anybody with you. Look, your political opponent will throw bad information. And you know, bad information circulates faster. And when people say some governors, I laugh. The fortunes of any governor is tied down to his political party, even at an individual level. His fortune is tied down to his political party. Because if I decide to betray my party, you are the only person who knows. But these people worked for you. They didn't know that I betrayed my party. When you talked about me, you say, after all what you have gone through, and they are bringing somebody. So every person, especially people who have reached certain level in life, if they are in politics, their fortunes are tied down with the parties they belong. And if they try to do any hanky-panky, they will be destroying themselves. If I betray my party, will you ever trust me? Again, you.
I'm not a politician.
Huh?
I'm not a politician.
It's not about politics. It's about betrayal.
Of course, principles.
It's not about politics. It's not about politics.
Yeah.
Look, politics is so important because we're talking about the leadership of the country. It's even more important than personal relationship, because personal relationship affects you only, but political relationship affects a nation. Do you want us to have this kind of leaders, people that you cannot trust, people that can sell their conscience because of personal relationship or because they are expecting anything, and you put those people in leadership? My friend, what are we talking about? No. I will always be where I am. I'm prepared and ready to face the consequences of my action. I don't play to the gallery. No. I'm not after tomorrow's meal. No. Look at me. I started my life as an orphan. And here I am. The God who made me, did he say he's died?
But people are also saying that, you know, if you look at a new emerging political force, the Labour Party, and its presidential candidate, before it started, and a lot of people said it was, it's a regional movement, but it's now seems to be widespread and even getting inroads into the north.
Look, the direction which the Labour Party is taking is being built along ethno-religious consideration. And one of the fastest growing kite you can throw in this country is religion. And ethnopolitics. So, is what is propelling. And you say Labour Party is making an inroad in the north. Well, you know, north is quite big. You need to know which north. I saw they're out in Kaduna, where Kaduna has many faces, right? But despite all that, what was there out? Coming back, if they come to Katsina, they say they are coming to Katsina, they are welcome. Welcome. Look, for you, beyond the social media, beyond the media hype, really, who are your people on ground? Politics is about local content. You who live in Abuja or Lagos in another world, you will be talking about what the press, what the social media and all this. But has it cascaded down? Who are the people propelling this party, your Labour Party in the north? Who are they propelling? Why? I know in some cases campaigns have moved to religious houses. But the fact of the matter is, anybody who comes is going to govern through the Constitution. If he's going to govern through the Constitution, what is your own for his religion? But the Constitution is very clear. If I decide to stay in Katsina, I will not go to Abuja for the 8 years of governor. Will the allocation to Katsina stop? Will the allocation to the local government stop? What are we doing? The Constitution is very clear. And it says there must be a minister, one minister from each state of the Federation. So my state will be represented. There must be a minister from my state. It all depends if the right person is there. He can make his presence felt in the cabinet. Or because we are the same religion with you, you can say, okay, amend the revenue allocation formula, or get some money. And because if you say, get some money and give A, B, C, D states, in the process, this money, it will meet somebody from other states. It will meet somebody from other religion, and they will raise the alarm. So let people understand we are looking at the quality of the person, not his religion or his ethnicity, because it will not help in governance, my friend. It will not help in governance. It will not help.
What is the relevance of President Obasanjo's endorsement of the Labour Party presidential candidate?
His vote.
It won't influence any other thing beyond that?
Is it going to influence you?
Won't it sway the way people will
Which people? Obasanjo cannot even sway his members of the family, let alone sway the nation. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? He has given him his vote. Look for quality of people who can deliver.
And who's that?
Line up the candidates. Let's go through their resume.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of the APC, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Kwankwaso of the NNPP, and Peter Obi of Labour Party.
You see, the last two, you know, Kwankwaso is my personal friend. If he comes to Katsina, this is what I'm telling you. If he comes to Katsina, I give him accommodation. I cannot abuse him, but I can condemn his party, criticize. He's my friend. But why are the structures that can deliver MPP presidential candidate in Nigeria? You get a label, you say Labour Party. Why are the structures that can deliver Labour? Let I tell you, who are the prime movers of a particular political party on ground? You are talking about the parties that do not have structures in majority of the local governments. How are they going to start the election? You talk of Atiku, you talk of Tinubu, we all know all of them. Everybody has served. Let's bring their credentials of service to their people, to the country, and be honest and objective. Who has more credentials that are dependable and reliable? I assure you. Facts are there for you.
And that's not because you're a member of the APC.
You see, my association with the Ashwaju did not start as members of one political party. I was in PDP, he was in ACR. He was in AD, later moved to AC. So it wasn't that we started association because we belonged to one political party. When I was in CPC, he was in ACR. We had a lot of meetings, even then. It was actually a merger that brought us to one political party. So the relationship was there before that. The relationship with Atiku, myself, was there also for a very long time. None of them I'm knowing for the first time. Of all the four you have lined, the only person I don't know is the OB. But Okonkwo has been my friend. It's only OB I don't know. Because I can count the number of times I even saw him physically. Facts speak for themselves. And nobody can match the credentials of Ashwaji. That's why some of them have resorted to marketing ethno-religious considerations. Just because it is simply because if I cannot beat you, I will say, no, this man is from the east and I am from the west, it's no good. Simply because we are from the east. Because I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. That's why we're all this flying about Muslim ticket, it is their turn, North will be sidelined. That's ridiculous. Who said? Who is the president of Nigeria today? Is he not Muhammadu Buhari? Has Akwa Ibom been sidelined? Has Akwa Ibom been sidelined? He's from Katsina, but he has never taken this cup of water to give Katsina outside what is due to us. Unless, if you want to produce a president of your community, I don't know which constitution is going to work. A northern president, which constitution is he not to work? Is it not Nigerian constitution? You bring a religious leader. Which constitution is he going to work? Is he going to hold the Bible or Quran and come to office and say he's going to govern you? I think for me, I had made my position very clear. And my position is not today. I made this position even before 2019 election. It's not that I just woke up and say, I look at the political terrain. I look at it. And my judgment is Ashwaju is better than them. Each one has a qualification to be a president of Nigeria. You can't deny that. But for me, when you put them on the table, I will pick Ashwaju anytime, any day.
Oh. But if you look at the current situation in the country now, as we have it, there's hardship. If you look at the fuel queues, the forex, rising inflation, and all of those, people are saying that the APC is the government of the day, and in an election year, it appears as if some elements within the party are trying to self-destruct with all of these things.
My friend, cool down. You know, I am older than you, Bafa. When we were growing up in the village, our parents used to tell us that their world was better than ours. Because they are seeing things that are new. They tell you, their time was better. So when we grow up, we look at our time. What they were telling us is better. We didn't even know about it. So how could it be better? What we don't know. This is our time. How do we make the best of this time? How many cars were on the street of Nigeria prior to 2015? How many cars are on the street today? What was the population in 2015? What is the population today? What are the economic indicators all over the world that affect Nigeria? And Nigeria cannot be in isolation. How much is petrol a liter in Ghana? How much is in Ivory Coast? How much in Niger? How much in Cameroon? How much is in Chad? Go into even your world, the first world, how much is a liter? These are realities. We need leaders who have the brain, the capacity to confront today and plan tomorrow. That's what Ashwaju is. Lagos in 1999, Lagos in 2007, what Lagos is today. That is leadership, my friend. Do you think there will be leadership without challenge? Simply because we'll wake up with the leadership, tomorrow no insecurity, tomorrow no killer. What that? That is not reality. Reality is there is growth, both positive and negative. There is population explosion in Nigeria. We don't even know how many we are. Then Nigeria is the gravitational point of most of these West African, Central African countries. They gravitate to Nigeria. They gravitate. A lot of our problems are imported because of the richness God has given Nigeria. So everybody gravitates. What you need, who are the leaders? Who are the leaders? Who have the brain? They can assemble, harness the available human resources to take Nigeria to the next level. And if anybody tells you that Nigeria will be stagnant, what is stagnant? That there will be no crime, that will not grow, that demands will not be there, my friend, that person, I don't know from which planet is coming from.
So you don't think the current challenges will affect the chances of your party on the ballot?
How can it? What the party needs is to educate the people, to sensitize the people, to know these challenges are not peculiar to us in Nigeria, are not even peculiar to us in Africa. Every country is facing some form of challenge or the other. Of course, our opponents will try to highlight, but luckily, you know, the formidable opponent, as far as I can see, if there's any bad thing, he was the creator of the bad thing. Because they had the opportunity to govern this country for 16 years. So in 16 years, they were not able to put the country on the right footing. What will additional more years do? Destruction. Because that's what we inherited from them. We inherited a fractured country, a country that will not show up itself. Some sections of the country was in the hands of renegades. That's what we inherited from them. A bad economy. That's what we inherited. But despite all this, APC did not downsize the civil service, even at the federal level. Did not downsize, did not retrench, did not stop salaries, did not stop employment. What are we talking about? All these things happen here in Nigeria. And we know there was a president who downsized and belonging to the other party. Obasanjo downsized. And this government raised the salary from 19 to 30,000 and paid. This APC. Despite all these global challenges and domestic challenges, still we are among the few countries in the world that we went into recession twice in a record time we came out.
Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, Executive Governor of Katsina State, speaking to us on politics on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, Executive Governor of Katsina State, speaking to us on politics on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.